I became a set decorator. Basically, after I went to college, which I had studied art at UCLA and at CalArts, and I was a photographer. So I was used to telling visual stories. I was obsessed with photography. And I was working in fashion, and a friend of mine said, "Do you want to work on a film?" And I was like, "Yes, absolutely." And it was for Michael Cimino on Heaven's Gate. So I worked on that film, and then I worked for Hal Ashby for 4 years, basically, and it was my film school. I learned all about every department. It was the 80s. It was a pretty naughty time. It was pretty crazy. I learned things I didn't want to know, but I learned every department, and I was attracted, of course, to the art department. And one day Hal said to me, "What do you want to do in film?" And I said, "I wanted to be a set decorator." And he said, "You're fired. Go do it." And it pushed me to make a move. And I was very fortunate to get a film, and I committed to that art-making process with collaboration with other people, and I loved it. I loved every bit of it, and I continued on, fortunately. To tell the visual story requires so many different aspects. It's not just finding objects, it's doing your research and understanding the characters. We're here to serve the story and to talk about and show in a visual way who the characters are. So I think the misconception is that it's a very large job. I mean, you have so many different aspects that you have to be involved in. I would imagine the psychology of each character that's written, how they live, where they live, what they do. You have to do tremendous research to create that character, and it's not always in the script, of course. So you get to use your imagination, which is the fun part, and you collaborate with your director and your cinematographer and your production designer, and hopefully you go on the right path. Well, most immediate change is through the internet and the speed in which we're expected to do things. I think it's been a great tool for research, but it also has forced us to change our methods of research and how we do things. You know, we used to go out all the time for similar, just shopping, you know, go to swap meets or to stores or to prop houses. You know, we could go online and buy things on eBay and have it sent to you. So it's a time saver, but it's also, you lose that connection. I mean, I feel like I really miss hand drawings from set designers because everything's done on the computer. It lacks a little bit of soul sometimes for me, a bit old-fashioned that way, but I still like going out in the world and looking for things. I mean, that's the passion and obsession you have. You know, you want to find just the right perfect object, and you know, you want to put your hands on it.